Hi guys, good morning. This is Rami from Sereno Agricultural Farm. Let me just share you a view of our stock house looks like. Alright, but the main focus of our video today is to share with you the types of fertilizers that we use. Okay, since this is I'd like to serve this video for gardeners, backyard gardeners or even farmers, so you'll have an idea what you're going to be applying for your plants. All right, the main fertilizer that we usually have in stock and use all the time, because we have a plantation of coffee and lakatan bananas. Okay, so what we're using mostly is Yara Mila Unique 16. Okay, Unique 16 because this is a higher form of triple 14. Okay, so the component or the content is that. All right, so NPK has 16%, the triple 14%. So it also has ammonium nitrogen, nitrate nitrogen. Okay, ammonium is very important for the plant, by the way. And then citrate soluble. Okay, there you go. So if you're not familiar with NPK and its nitrogen, that's essential for plant growth during its foliage or vegetative development for its leaves, especially green plants like plants that we have. Usually, of course, banana. Okay, it develops its leaves, its trunks, it's all fleshy green. So that's the vegetative stage. So it needs a lot of nitrogen. Okay. All right. Next is phosphate. Okay, phosphate is another form of development of the plants. It hardens the plants. So plant parts, stems, roots. So that's the phosphates work there. Okay, it hardens the plant to develop into its mature, whatever mature development or stage of the plant is. And then the potassium, if it is, for example, you have a fruiting plant, let's just say for bananas, it will help the banana develop the fruit properly. Number two, it will add weight of the bunch or for the fruit. And number three, of course, it develops or it helps the sweetness of the banana to reach its potential. Okay, so for people who have fruit plants around and they don't seem to favor the taste, if for example the seeds that you got the plant from originally was sweet. Of course, the seeds does not transmit 100% genetically clone of the plant, but you can fix that one through potassium. Okay, you can add a few potassium. Okay, the pure form of potassium, which I don't have right now, it's on the other stock house, is muriate of potash. Okay, MOP. That's fertilizer number 0-0-60. Okay, so we apply that one exclusively on our bananas as well. Okay, at about a rate of 30 grams per plant because that's needed. All right, so for gardeners, this one, if it is available, you can use this one. Either you can directly add this one as granules at about 5 grams on your plant, or you can dissolve this in water, 1 tablespoon or 10 grams per liter, and you can dissolve this one and apply it every other day on your plants. Okay, instead of just adding water. Now, the second one that we have here is called Nitroborus, nitrogen and boron. Okay, its content form. Okay, so if we can check out the nitrogen, it says only 15% there. All right, there's calcium and boron there. Okay, so this is more of a calcium boron content, right? So it's called nitrobor. Okay, so but actually the boron there part is very little, but rarely you can see fertilizers that have boron mix. Okay, because I have not purchased anything that is purely boron. That could be very expensive. But this one is applied on our bananas maybe every 3 months. Okay, bananas need boron and zinc as well for its development. All right. So this one for gardeners or regular plants, it's not really useful. Okay. It has a different for ornamentals and vegetables. This is too expensive. Okay. The plant, of course, will develop really good, but the cost is not advisable. Now, let's move on here. This one is 4600. This is a pure form of urea, purely nitrogen, 46% nitrogen. Okay. This is again good for leafy vegetables or plants, whatever you have there. Okay. So for basic, if you are about to plant, let's just say ornamentals on your garden, okay, anything that produces big leaves or big fleshy stems and greens, this one you can apply on a moderate uh, part of application. Okay, usually some farmers would use this one as basal. When I say basal, is put on the holes at the bottom and covered with soil before they put the seedlings on it. Okay, it dissolves quickly and it can be absorbed by the plant right away, but you usually mix this one with organic matter like chicken dung. Okay, for you out there, gardeners out there who are having ornamentals inside, um, you may use organic materials, but you might need help from this urea. Urea, again, 1 tablespoon for 1 liter of water. You can dissolve that one, then add it in your plants. Okay. Um, let's move on. I'm not gonna show you the content, what color the content has, because some manufacturers, they have different colors for their granules. For example, urea, usually urea is white as snow. Okay. um, Unique 16 is a bluish color. It's here, but I don't want to open that one anymore. Okay, so for this is a mix of urea and then 210024 ammonium sulfate, this one here. Okay, now this one is also it has nitrogen there, but it's different from urea because it has sulfate. Okay, 24 sulfate. Okay, plants also need sulfate on their development, um, specifically for crops like banana. uh, because I grow banana, I have to use sulfate here. Sulfate is something like a kicker for the plant to boost its full development from stems to leaves as well as its fruiting stage. So it's part of our fertilization program, the ammonium sulfate. Okay, so we mix this one with either unique 16 or urea, 10 grams of this, 10 grams of the other one. So we mix them and apply 20 grams on the plant. So that's the use. If you have ornamentals, you can also use this one. No problem. It has nitrogen plus sulfur. This is better than urea. Okay, but apply moderately. Again, 1 tablespoon per 1 liter. That works as well. All right. The other one is Furadan. Okay. Furadan is an insecticide and nematicide. Nematodes are those worms and bad worms on the ground that eats up the roots of your plants. Even plants have ringworms, by the way, so this is the one that keeps them away. It kills them. Okay. We're not talking about night crawlers. Night crawlers are good for the soil, but there are worms that goes inside the roots of the plants and starts to eat the roots and tries to multiply there until the center core of the plants will be eaten out and gets rotten and dies. For bananas, we add this one separately. We don't mix this one with any fertilizer. So it's about almost 10 grams per hole. We add this one before planting. So any insects and other harmful insects, because not all insects are harmful, by the way. So we add this one. Now, if you apply this, this is very harmful to humans as well as other mammals. Make sure you're wearing gloves if you wanna hand apply this one, or else use a scoop. We make scoop for this one, so the person who's going to be applying this will never touch that chemical. So we either use this one, it's a DIY, all right, or yeah, there you go. So I label it Furadan so they would know. It's not that much you're gonna apply because this one is really strong. Some countries ban the use of this one, but for planting bananas, this is very essential for us to make the development of the banana, its mortality rate or survival rate higher as it grows up. Okay, because mostly we get diseases like corm rots, corm weevil diseases, something like that, which eats up the corm and the center of the bananas and it dies. Okay, so we apply this one. If we're gonna go out, there are a lot of other fertilizers that we have here. It's really a lot because we have like 12,000 bananas. Okay, so this one is called 1620. Okay, this is ammonium phosphate. Okay, so the other one, the ammonium sulfate, is it's almost the same with this one, but this one is more on the phosphorus side, phosphate. You use this one if this is very useful if you want to have a plant, something that you have planted, or anything that you want to fruit. You want to kickstart its fruiting ability. You apply this one on the fruiting stage, but you have to have a good timing. Make sure that during its fruiting stage you can apply this one. All right. How it does look like? It looks like this. It's like quinoa, large ones. All right. And we have the most common fertilizer here. It's triple 14%, 14% of all NPK. Nothing else, purely that. This is also used as basil for other gardeners and plant growers. You can also use this one for your ornamentals if you want to play safe. If you have this one, just use this 1 tablespoon for 1 liter of water, dissolve it. Okay, let me see what we have here. This is 1846, the ammonium phosphate. Still very essential for banana farmers. We use this one every 15 days. This is mixed with other fertilizer, and we apply this one as well. Okay, so no need for ornamental gardeners to use this one. It's not advisable because it's not a balance. It's usually for bananas. We address what is a deficient on the bananas. We address it with specific fertilizers. Okay. Calcium nitrate is kind of expensive for this one, but it's more on the calcium side. Okay, so you'll still get the 15% nitrogen, but its calcium level is really high. That's about this number here. Okay, so this is Tropicot from Yara. This is a calcium nitrate version of their company. So this is granules, white color, but this one is needs to be applied right away because once it gets moist, it liquefies itself. Okay. This one should not be mixed with urea, the urea granules, because they create some high, once they are together, they create some high temperature, and then the urea liquefies the calcium nitrate. Now the calcium nitrate is used for plants when they are done with their vegetative stage. So the calcium nitrate will strengthen the body, the trunk, the branches, and the leaves as well, and especially during the fruiting stage. Okay, so calcium nitrate, if you notice, this is mostly applied on bananas. We apply this one on a scheduled fertilizing program, especially during its shooting stage. For peppers or chili farmers, we apply this one in a very little amount, just a pinch during its flowering formation stage, so that the calcium nitrate will strengthen the production of the flower and it will not drop or abort. Okay, for bananas, we usually have this one every month or every other month, starting on the 6th month after planting of the bananas. Okay, there are other alternative for calcium nitrate like Dolomite. We have Dolomite there, but this one is not just purely calcium nitrate. It has other macro elements here, okay, and micro elements as well. I think, okay, included here in these elements of each granule of Yara. So that's the calcium nitrate. Now the other one is complete fertilizer. This brand is Atlas. Triple 14, they have different colors, by the way. This one is kind of peachy, light peach color. Now triple 14 is also granules, and it can easily be liquefied once it gets moist from the ground. Now the use of triple 14 is purely just NPK. I don't think it has any microelements as well. Okay, like magnesium, calcium. So it's purely straight nitrogen, potassium, and phosphate. Okay, so we usually apply this one as well in bananas as a alternative to Yara Mila 16. That's a complete 16 as well. That's our alternative from time to time. Now we are after cost efficiency, as well as making sure that the bananas will also be looking for triple 16 after they have tasted the triple 14. Okay, there's technical basis behind it, but anyways, this one is mostly used on vegetables, leafy vegetables like peppers, bananas, corn, and other vegetable crops that you may want to plant. You can use this one as a basil. You can put this one under the ground, the hole, before planting. Now let's try to discuss how we can apply this one. I have a model plant here. This is called Sili Spada, okay, or pangsigang. When you apply 1414, you can just put it around, okay, not so near but just around, and just a few quantity, okay. So I'm just putting this one for kitchen purposes as well as studying it. Now this is being attacked by mites under its leaves, as you can see there. So this is also my test plant. There you go, it's been aborted. This is also my test plant to check out which solution for the spray that's gonna work. Pesticide is not gonna work for this one, so I'm looking at other DIY spray. Okay, so I'm gonna add 1414 on these two plants just to help them out. Okay, so check out some plants in the garden. So these are flowering plants. All right, some grapes there, zinnia here. Now for ginger here, you can also add 1414, 1616, 1846. That's DAP. You can also add their Tropicot. Ginger is a root crop, so it can absorb anything you're going to be applying to them. Okay, you can also add organic fertilizer there. All right, so for strawberries, they're quite delicate. I'm not using any synthetic or inorganic fertilizer with them because it's very deadly. It can burn their very small roots. Their roots are thin as hair. Okay, so we have strawberries there. We have oregano here, which I'm gonna be propagating in a larger quantity. All right, so we have the marigold here already flowering. So for flowers like this, you can use 1414, just a small amount around. Okay, 1414 is sufficient enough for that. Okay, you have poinsettia there. Okay, so that's how you use your fertilizer. Don't overdose it. Okay, overdosing it will have a bad effect of killing your plant and you cannot revive it anymore. Okay, so better less but frequent, that should work. All right, so this is one of our blue pine tree here. It has grown big already. We have calamansi here flowering already and our onions here, spring onions. All right, so there are other ways you can use the fertilizer to be safe. Is that you're going to be using it with water. All right, dissolve it in water. Usually 10 grams of specific fertilizer is equivalent to 1 liter of water. All right, let's check this one out. This is about it's very expensive yet very small. Okay, it's from Cebu City. This is Zinc Sulfate. Okay, so this is specific a specific fertilizer more on zinc content. Zinc is around 21%. We use zinc for bananas. If their leaves becomes deficient on zinc, you'll see the leaves, the outer lining of the leaves will become very yellow, brownish yellow, and goes inside and shows on the veins of the leaves. So we apply this one together with ammonium sulfate. We mix them. This one is about, I think this is 30 grams, but very expensive. This is 1,400, very small amount only. Okay, so it should be in a crystal powder form, but it hardened from the factory itself. Zinc sulfate for your ornamental plants, I don't think this is very applicable. Okay, so you don't need this one most of the time. Now we move on to, this is what we call Dolomite. This is agricultural lime. It's powder form. Okay, this is 50 grams, very small sack here, and its content is more on calcium oxide, right? So that's about 34%. It also has magnesium, 18%, calcium carbonate, and there, the most effective use of this one is neutralizing acidity. That's 50% there. Okay, so we use dolomite mostly if we think that the soil is very acidic. How do we know? Plants become yellowish. Okay, so from the leaves everything becomes yellowish. You can also test your soil's acidity if you have that tool, or you'll have your your um, Department of Agriculture office check your soil. Okay, so this is very affordable. This is just about 170 per sack, and you can just apply this one a handful around the plant. Okay, so that is dolomite there. So we usually apply this one on um, bananas that are really turning yellow together with zinc sulfate. All right, so again, for gardeners, I think for gardeners you just need the triple 14 as your main fertilizer there. You can buy small sizes. This one is about 1,000 pesos for 50 grams. You can buy a smaller amount there. We usually repack this, and then back in the city we sell them on our buyers in the city. But here we consume this by sacks. Okay, so again, I hope you guys learned something from our discussion there for our fertilizers, and you can use them moderately. Okay, not all the time, because if you're going to be applying fertilizers directly on the plant, make sure it's at least 6 inches away from the trunk or main stem of the plant if it is still young, just to be safe, because it could burn the plant, especially when you apply it. Make sure you do not drop anything on the leaves as well, because it's really gonna burn the leaves after. If you're drenching it, the same procedure, maybe 3 inches away from the stem. Do not drench or water your plant with uh, including the leaves. Definitely a no-no. Okay, if you drench it, for drenching you can use, usually we go around 150 and 175 grams. Sardines, they use sardines, but we use this one because we try to avoid sardines. Arthritis, yeah. So this one, so for bigger scale, one like this, for example 1414 or the complete, we scoop one like this is equivalent to 16 liters of water or one knapsack. And then when we apply this, let's just say 15 days old transplanted seedling like pepper or siling labuyo, so we also add one like this soluble, or they're already mixed with water. Then we add this one, drench it on the side. Okay, not on top of the plant but on the side. All right, so for ornamentals you can also do that one, just around, not necessarily watering the plant from top to bottom. Okay, so I hope you guys have learned something there, and you can share it with your friends as well. All right, and we also have different foliar fertilizers like this one. Okay, we use a lot of different foliar fertilizers as well. We're just trying out which one is the best. Okay, for example, this is AZ41 for bananas specifically. Okay, this is an organic foliar fertilizer imported 500 ml, very expensive. That's 950 pesos. Okay, so we're trying to check out other foliar, whichever works. All right. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, ask anything, so we can provide answers as well. Okay. So if you find this video informative and you've learned something from it, please do click on that subscribe button. Okay. And if you want to follow me, click on that notification bell as well. It's really giving me encouragement and drives me to make more videos for you guys. If you click subscribe, and then if you can share this video, yes, go ahead. Okay, so we can create more videos for specific plants and ornamentals as well, so that we can help and make sure gardeners and growers will apply the right fertilizer. Aside from the organic, I'm an organic lover, by the way, organic fertilizer lover. We do vermicasting over there. We use chicken dung, tons of it on our farm here, and yeah, but we usually mixed it, okay, so that we can get the optimal development and harvest for our crops. All right, so once again, this is Rami from Sereno Agricultural Farm. Please subscribe, share, and like this video and comment. So thank you so much for spending about 15 minutes with me, guys. Good luck with your gardening, farming, and hope to see your plants in the future growing very well. Okay, so thank you and take care. Bye.